Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Pumps. Some social media or influencers on YouTube and that are kind of selling their Kaspa. Thought I'd make a video because I haven't made one in a few days, just to say there's no way I'll be selling mine. If I had money, I would be buying more. There's so many people that always say if Kaspa dropped to 12 cent or 13 cent, I would fill up my bags, but when it happens, they don't do it. But now is the time to buy, have the conviction. You buy in the red and you sell in the green. I know it's hard because it's down and you think it's going down, but let's remind ourselves why we're in it. But before I start on this, just a bit of a fun note. Rock the Casbah gave me a shout out in the video, and I really appreciate it. He tried to do an impersonation of me, but it sounds Eastern European to me, so uh, I'll take it anyway. Have a listen.
Main thing is, as exciting as it is, obviously manage your expectations. It won't happen overnight.
Yeah, but it was an amazing event. It's the inaugural one. They're aiming to try and do one every year, trying to make it an annual event, a Casper in Enterprise event. They do throw a really good event.
Yeah.
And there's so many speakers throughout the day as well, not just from the Casper KII team. There's talks from, you had Kaspa were there doing a talk. Siam Kid was there, he did an amazing talk.
Yeah.
It's just, it was awesome. So many more.
And it's also meeting other Caspians as well. We met up with Crypto Pumps, or as people might know him, Crypto Pumps.
Top guy.
He was a really top guy.
Yeah.
Plan K was there.
That was a terrible accent. I don't sound anything like that. That sounds like Russian or something to me. But anyway, fair play. Here's something you don't know. Tom is way taller than Chris. So I don't know. Chris is sitting on books or he has his chair wheeled all the way up to the top because Chris is way taller. So there's a little secret that you don't know. And they're both standing together. Now I'm smaller than the two of them, but Tom is way taller than Chris. But they both sound like I met them at the KII event and I got to have a beer with them. So that was pretty cool. Another thing, it's just this is Ilal, one of the Kaspa developers on Shoy. This was on the Crypto Factor a while ago. It's a good video. It goes on for 2 hours. There's a lot of info in it. It got 5,000 views. I thought it would have got more. But just DagKnight is one of the protocols that's been coming up. And Ilal, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, he explains it a little bit here, what it's about. Just have a little listen. It's only about a minute long.
Eyal or Shai, somebody mentioned something in a question. I wanted to elaborate just a bit. DagKnight protocol. Can you tell us some things about that?
DagKnight protocol would be the first protocol, the first distributed protocol that can respond to varying network conditions. And so it might sound a bit dry, so let me spell out the implications. Right now, we say that we are as fast as the internet. A lot of proof of stake protocols say that they are as fast as the internet. That's not actually true. They have to guess in advance what the latency should be, what the network latency is, and they also need to take this margin of error, so that even if the network deteriorates, they're still within the perimeter that they define. And this is why we call it parameterless, because in non-parameterless protocols, like every protocol you know, including GhostDAG, you have this parameter that's for the bound on the network latency. And if this parameter doesn't hold 99% of the time, then your security is deteriorated.
I have a good analogy for this.
Yes, okay.
I have a good analogy for this. Wait, I'm going to cut you off. Sorry. Imagine that you're like driving a car now on the roads of Greece, winding roads and all that, but you have to decide in advance the constant speed at which you will be driving the whole time. Okay? So obviously you can't go very fast and you can't go very slow, right? If you go too slow, it's going to take you ages. If you go too fast, what if there's going to be a sharp curve, right? Turn. You have to make some assumption on what are the road conditions, and then you have to preset the speed which you will not be able to change. So that's what all the protocols do. And with DagKnight, basically, you don't have to set it in advance. You can just use the accelerator like you would use in a normal car and speed up where you need to speed up, and slow down where you need to slow down.
So this essentially means that the network scales itself. It means that if the internet improves, that
So that's just a quick, you can have a look at it. It's the crypto factor. You can go back and have a look. But basically, DagKnight is a protocol that's been developed by Michael Sutton. It only works on proof of work, and it means that Kaspa will only be limited by the speed of the internet connection. So the speed of your broadband will be the only thing that can limit the speed of Kaspa. So it's only the hardware, it won't be the software anymore. And that is going to be coming out whenever Michael Sutton gets it done. But let's just get through it here. Some of the stuff is just a quick reminder about why we got into Kaspa. I made a few videos about this back, but maybe I might have learned a bit more since then. But just a few quick things. Jonathan Sompolinsky, Aviv Sohar, they wrote the first paper on Bitcoin security. GhostDAG protocol was created by Jonathan. It's mentioned in the Ethereum white paper. Charles Hoskinson, who created Cardano, talks about Spectre, and he talks about Ghost, and he talks about Aviv and Jonathan as well. And then, so basically, GhostDAG is, you have Bitcoin that has the Nakamoto consensus that allows blocks to be confirmed in series, and then Kaspa uses that as well. But this one here is called GhostDAG protocol, which allows blocks to be processed in parallel, which is the DAG, and that's what's good about that. It allows more confirmations to happen than Bitcoin ever could, because they're parallel in single. This is the mainnet. This is 1 block per second. And when the 10 blocks per second come out, it's a lot faster. There is a simulator of that as well. I can't find it. It goes a lot faster. Like, it's on testnet. It's been running on testnet for months. So this is what's going to come out on this as well. So super bullish for that bit as well. And you have to remember, I just went on about Jonathan, just to remember who the creator is and the team he has behind him. So at the moment, yeah, we can see we're down on the day. We actually hit 12 cents, which I didn't think would happen, but we did. And the 7 days, we're down 10.8%. On the month, we're down 21%. But you know what? I'm not worried because my charting skills aren't very good, but I made this up here just to show you. It only goes back as far as September 22. So here we had a drop and it was 57%. So let's go back to the one we're on now, okay? The one we're on now, I have it down as just under 40%, okay? The one that we had back here, which was February, so the February to April, that was 45%. It went down, and then it went back up. This one lasted 63 days. This one is lasting 70 days. That's probably why people are having more of a panic attack. It's going on longer. We're going sideways for ages, and then we're going down. So this one is minus 40%. This one before it was minus 45%. This one was minus 36%, 36. This one was minus 68. Now this was, it was only from, what was it? It was only from like 4 cents down to, whatever it was, 1 cent. But that was the biggest one, and then Kaspa still took off. So there has been bigger dips than this, and Kaspa has recovered. So you have to remember what you have. Some people are, like you can see here, like active wallet addresses, more people are getting Kaspa. They're buying the dip. I see it all the time. I get notifications from Uphold on my phone going, Kaspa is down, 5%. The volume is up, 200%, because people are buying when it's in the red, like you're supposed to do. Have conviction in Kaspa. And like you can see, so it was on 433,000 last time I looked. It's up another 6,000. And as well as that, like we have where transactions are up a little bit. I know they're not up like they were on KRC20 on its height, but the maximum transactions per second was 1,178. That's crazy for a proof of work. That's broken all kinds of records. So there's really nothing holding Kaspa back. All the technology is there. I reckon it's just people trying to shake you out of the market, so I'm not going to fall for it. This as well on Kaspalytics, you can show the inactive supply. So this is people that haven't moved their Kaspa at all in a while. So in 3 months, you can see the white line is the Kaspa price, and the blue line is the amount of wallets, the percentage of people that haven't moved their Kaspa. So you can see it's constantly going up. Like if we go to the 6 months, these are people that haven't touched their Kaspa, moved their Kaspa in 6 months. Again, that is going up. So there's still a lot of people hold conviction on Kaspa. They haven't touched their wallets. They haven't moved their Kaspa. 1 year, you can see that's still going up as well. People are holding their Kaspa for more than 1 year, haven't moved. That would be me included. 2 years, again, it's going up. So people have conviction. There's more wallets have Kaspa. People haven't moved the original diamond hands haven't moved their Kaspa. So that is really good. This is another one here. So no blockchain has achieved security, decentralization, and scalability without sacrificing one or two as a trade-off to achieve the other. But a block DAG did. So if we have a look at this here, I presume this was on the day of the KRC20 release, which I think was on the 15th of September. So you can see in 24 hours, Kaspa did 16 million transactions on a proof of work. Solana is proof of stake, and it's more centralized, and they did 3 million that day. And Ethereum did 1.1 million. So you can see on a proof of, most of the people like Ethereum, they have Ethereum Classic. They used to be proof of work, but they didn't think it was scalable enough. The technology wasn't there, and they moved to proof of stake. And now Kaspa has come along, and they've shown that you can have scalability with proof of work and decentralization. So that is really cool. This is another one here. It's kind of a good chart. It shows the distribution of top Kaspa holders by public addresses. So that's all the different percentages of the people that are holding Kaspa. Then as an example, which is Sui, which is more centralized, you can see the difference. It's not as spread out and what's the word I'm looking for? Distributed. And then I just did this post as well. So another thing that people have against Kaspa is the aggressive emission schedule. So it is like the miners are getting less and less rewards, but they've gone back up another 10% with KRC20. And people I think are gonna people think miners are gonna stop doing the network, like securing the network. But we have KRC20. We're gonna have KRC 721 NFTs coming on. We have. I'll skip over to this here for a minute. Oh, I had it. I'm after losing it. Change are going to be doing a DEX for Kaspa, and all the transactions are going to happen on chain on Kaspa. So that should bring the transactions up and fees and all that for the miners. So that's pretty cool. But as well as that, you're going to have big companies like the KII coming into this. Like these are big energy companies, and they're going to get their energy friends in on this as well. So it's in their interest. They want to use Kaspa because right now a lot of these big companies are using Ethereum to transact across borders, do payments. And as we know, the Ethereum gas fees, it's costing them millions and millions in gas fees. So KII want all of them to start using Kas because the fees, they'll save millions or billions. I don't know, I can't remember how it was. A lot of money anyway. So it's in their interest. They want to use the network, and they want all these companies are going to start using the network. So they are going to start using renewable energy in Mongolia. There's wind, there's tidal energy, and there's a lot of solar energy. It's the best solar energy in the world, is what Rory O'Neill said. So they are going to, and it's too far from the grid, so it costs too much money to get the power cables out here back to the city, and plus there'd be too much loss. You lose a lot of power on the way as it travels through the cables. So they want to just use places like this and have a little mining center here and use all this solar energy, renewable energy, which would make it carbon neutral or carbon negative. And they were going to mine Kaspa using these miner centers. And all they need is to connect it to Starlink, like a little internet connection up to the satellite to Elon Musk's. And they will use that. There's people that I know in work that have that. It's like a little tripod and it points up at the satellite and you get an internet connection. And it's pretty good. It's pretty fast. Or they can get a fibre connection out here, which is just a bit of plastic and you blow the fibre through it. It's all a lot cheaper to do than getting power cables out here. So it's in their interest to mine. So when they start mining Kaspa, the hash rate will go up. They'll secure the network more. So even if some miners do decide to drop off, people like this are going to be securing the network because it's in their interest. They want to use Kaspa and they want to keep it secure. So they won't care about profits on that because they're saving tons of money on using Kaspa network. So this is another way you can look at it. What else have we got? Sorry, this is the Change Finance here. So this is basically talking about liquidity. I don't really use DEXs, so I'm not too well up on it. I know we have to provide liquidity, and I know that all the swaps, we'll be able to swap, say, Kaspa for Nacho on chain. It'll happen on Kaspa, and you'll be able to swap like for like and all this. And then they have CUSDT. It's backed by proper Tether USDT, and it's stuff like that. Like I'm not too well up on it. I'm trying to learn about it, but it's good for Kaspa. You'll be able to swap your coins. And that's basically the whole thing. It's just like there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline for Kaspa. It's really good. Just because the chart is going down at the minute, like it doesn't really affect me. Yeah, it's not good, but I know we call it Uptober or Pumptober, whatever way you want to call it, but it's only the 10th. We're only 1/3 through the month, so it's plenty of time for it to turn around and finish in the green like it has done the last few years. So that's it. That's all I'm saying. I put it in the title. Don't be a bitch and sell your Caspa. Remember why you have it. Hold on to it. And just people say touch grass. That doesn't work for me. Like if I'd have people dying in my family and stuff like that, going for walks just makes me think more. I go to the cinema, get my popcorn, my drink, and I sit there and I watch a movie, and I just turns me into a vegetable. All I focus on is the movie. It's always worked for me. Give it a go. But stop looking at the charts all the time. Just leave it. Like I showed in the charts, there's been bigger drops in previous times for Caspa, so this is no different. So I mean, it's around the time as well it's supposed to take off. So I wouldn't be surprised if one day it just turns around and up we go, and the people who sold our Caspa will really regret it. So friends of mine are saying it's not doing too good, but I'm saying it's done this in the past. It doesn't mean anything. You have a great thing, Caspa. It's the trilemma solver. It's great technology. I'm not going to keep going on, but that's what I think, and I hope you're holding on to your Caspa and just study it yourself. Look into it, and you'll see why it is so good the way it is. You know, I mean, well, I think it was launched on the tip of the bull run when Bitcoin was at its highest. Caspa was launched the same day or something like that, and in a bear market it flew up. So, I mean, there has to be something really good to do that. And now I know it's taken a bit of a dip, but like I said, there's been bigger dips. So that's the end of the video. Stay strong. I keep forgetting to say this at the start of the video, like other people. Please give me a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you again.